HealthWish is a series of conversations about the state of healthcare in New York City's fabulous fifth borough, Staten Island. Our goal is to raise issues, raise awareness, and raise health, because when we raise health, we raise everyone. Join us as we continue showcasing the new Florina Cancer Center. Cancer is hard, but Staten Island University Hospital is making it easier for the patient, the caregivers, and the community. Give it a listen.
Being able to be someone's medical home while they're undergoing cancer treatment, for me, is the most important part. When you come here, it's going to be soon after or when you're being diagnosed with cancer, and that's such a traumatic experience in people's lives. When you think about it, this building will often be the first place a person comes in to be treated after they've been diagnosed with cancer, or they'll actually be diagnosed here. And to create a place within their own community where they can actually come all throughout the process, right? Their labs can get done in the room literally right behind you, and in the room right behind that is a wellness room where if they just, want somewhere to relax for a few minutes because they've had enough that day, that's right there. And they can see their doctor upstairs, and if and when they need radiation and chemo, those are both things that are happening here in a really comfortable environment. Most patients, everything goes perfectly. But sometimes, even if we do everything right, little things do go wrong. And the fact that you're in your own community with your own doctors, we're attached to a hospital, we're attached to an emergency room, and everything is right here is actually a big deal, right? To be able to do everything in one place and have this really be someone's medical home until they get to ring the bell and then walk out the door.
Absolutely.
It's a big deal.
It is a big deal. I recently had a patient sent in from another institution in Brooklyn, and that's an outpatient center that doesn't have perhaps cardiology right next door, right? So this is a patient with a great cardiac risk with a pacemaker issue. And they sent them to us so we could treat them with radiation, and in case if anything goes wrong, we can just go right up to cardiology and have the patient taken care of. So it's really important to be able to offer those services to our patients.
And the fact that you can do that in your own place, for me, is such a huge component of doing this in your own community. Absolutely. Everything looks like it's hunky-dory until it's not. And yes, thank God, most people that think they're having a problem, everything works out fine, right? But until someone sees you and makes sure that you're okay, how do you really know?
So sometimes a patient may get admitted into the hospital, perhaps because they had COVID or they have the flu. You can get those things while you're getting cancer treatment as well.
Yep.
We are the only institution on Staten Island that offers inpatient radiation. So if you're in the middle of your radiation treatment course and you get admitted, you don't have to worry about your treatment being interrupted. We can bring you just right down and complete that treatment.
It's a great point. I didn't even think of that. You can get your therapy even if you get sick enough that something going on that you actually need to be admitted to the hospital. It's not ideal. It's not what we're looking to do, but if you need it, it's here. And I think that's a big part of eventualities.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
One more thing that you mentioned earlier is the Zen room, or we're calling it the Zen Den.
The Zen Den.
The Zen Den. But that is, something that we really wanted to be able to offer to our patients. Like I said, going through cancer treatment, diagnosis, treatment, back and forth, is really difficult. And it can be overwhelming sometimes to the patients. So being able to offer that and offer them services like acupuncture or yoga or Tai Chi or just aromatherapy, music therapy, just a place for them to sit for a second and breathe. It's really important and near and dear to our heart.
These things don't get built without community support. Right, so we have the benefit of watching two buildings go up in Staten Island simultaneously, and you'll be seeing episodes coming up on the Women and Newborn Center. But the reality is, without our donors, without the Rusis, without Violet Seller, without the DiMartinos, things like this just don't happen. And I just want to talk about our donors and get your thoughts on being involved with something like this where philanthropy plays such a huge role.
When you look at the movie stars and the restaurant owners and, the philanthropists, they're all human. We're all human. And cancer at some point will touch each and every one of us or someone that we know, okay? So when someone decides to give of themselves, their time or their money, we are so incredibly grateful, because what they're doing is providing enough funds for us to be able to provide services to patients who are not able to afford them. So we're incredibly grateful to all of those people.
And for me, there's something very special about, we internally refer to this place as Florina. We don't even call it the Cancer Center anymore. And to actually have a legacy and to be involved in, raising enough money to help build something like this, and to have your loved one who you lost have their name attached to it forever, it's incredible, right? And it's just a legacy to an amazing woman and an amazing family, and it's such a huge part. And I actually get a little bit of goosebumps when I say to people, I'll meet you in the lobby of Florina.
Her name lives forever.
Nameless forever. Yeah. And talking about a couple of other organizations, so Violet Cellar, Bread and Butter Hospitality have been so good to us, right? And to help us get other donors involved and to really kind of push the envelope in terms of what this community means. And it's darn good food too, which is actually really nice.
Very good food.
Isn't it good?
And last time they had good drinks too.
There you go. Mm-hmm. And I would be remiss not to mention my favorite, totally obsessed Christmas decorator, Joe DiMartino. If you haven't gone out there and actually seen his presentation, it's impressive to behold. And the reason I bring it up is so many different ways to help us help the community, and to thank our donors, and to really hopefully try to inspire others that can help us give back to this community. Whenever we raise money, we're just going, this is a not-for-profit, it's going right back into our community, and it's helping us put up these amazing structures or renovate old ones, or it's really just an amazing opportunity. And thank you to every single one of them. And frankly, to every kid who raised $100 and gave it to us. And there were so many people like that. We genuinely want to thank you. We're going to be putting all those names up, and we look forward to honoring you and thanking you. And I mentioned children, something as simple as PS23 getting together and actually the children raising money that donate to us. On so many different levels, the community rally around this building and what it means to everybody is such an incredibly big deal, and we're so thankful to every single one of them.
Absolutely. Sometimes when people in the community do something out of their hearts to inspire others, you see so much more coming out. Like one of our patients, Alex Carr and Elvis Durant, they made a significant donation to this cancer center so that we could be able to offer more services to our patients. So we're really incredibly grateful for that.
But if you want to see a look of shock, the look on my face when Elvis actually announced that he was giving us that donation, people were genuinely shocked. It wasn't something that we knew.
But consider Staten Island. Staten Island's our home, and Staten Island's growing. And let me tell you, the Florina Cancer Center, they're amazing people there. Very amazing.
But it's the beautiful thing about what we actually do is these people inspiring each other and doing it together, and to have children and people who've lost loved ones and ex-patients and families. It's just an amazing conglomerate of amazing human beings that are helping us help others and help this community. It's the best part of us.
We have some prior patients who would knit things, blankets. There are a group of patients who got t-shirts and converted them into hats for our patients, because a lot of our patients will lose their hair during the course of chemotherapy. It's really touching.
And there's no such thing as a small donation, right, to us. I love telling people that I think, if I'm not mistaken, Joe DiMartino's first gift to Staten Island University Hospital in honor of his wife, Deborah, after 9/11 was something like $1,500 or $1,200 or something like that. And all told, the DiMartinos have now donated something like $400,000 to the institution. It's just small things sometimes take on legs and take on oversized meanings to this community, but that doesn't really matter in the beginning. What really matters is that you're trying to help and you're trying to be involved and you're helping your community.
Absolutely, and you get everybody engaged into it. Yeah.
This is the medical home of the people of Staten Island. This is our tertiary care medical center that's offering a comprehensive array of services, and we want to be the medical home for every person from St. George to Tottenville. It's how we perceive ourselves. It's what we think is important, and regardless of socioeconomic class, zip code, background, or anything else, regardless of where you are on this island you're coming from, we want this to be your medical home, and this goes right along with that, and it's really wonderful to hear you say that.
Absolutely.
I want to thank you. It's really been amazing to talk to you, and I can't be more excited. And I want to thank you, Staten Island. We're really, really excited to introduce Florina. I hope you never need it, but sadly some of us will, and it's here when you do.
HealthWish wishes to thank our very special guest, Dr. Chika Madu. For more information on the Florina Cancer Center and ways to give back, please click the link in the video description. We're very interested in your health wish. Contact us at healthwish@northwell.edu. Thanks for joining us. We hope to see you again soon.